Welcome to the Doula Darcy podcast. I'm your host, Darcy, a business coach for doulas, and I love helping my fellow doulas master the art of marketing so that they can grow their businesses and help more families. On the podcast, I combine my decade of experience in advertising with 14 years as a doula to empower other doulas with the marketing strategies and mindset shifts they need to attract more clients and create successful, fulfilling doula careers. Whether you're just starting out as a doula or you're looking to take your doula business to the next level, you're in the right place. Let's go. Welcome, everybody. I'm super excited for this new kind of version of the Doula Darcy podcast here with one of the star students from my doula village. Her name is Jen Tawil. And so Jen and I have known each other now for a couple of years, and her trajectory has just been so amazing to watch. And it's I think it'll be so inspiring to other doulas. And I want you to tell your story of, you just said it to me this morning. You were like, Darcy, you know, when I got into this, I just thought I was going to be this little postpartum doula. And here we are. We're literally in my hotel room in Clearwater, Florida at the Birth Worker Retreat.
I have chills now.
We were just watching dolphins off my deck. Like, who knew? Here you are.
I never could have imagined.
Yeah. So tell us, where do you live? What's the name of your doula business?
Yes.
Tell us a little about that.
I live in Westchester County, New York. My doula business is called Lean on Me, Westchester Doula. And I put in the Westchester because Darcy said so. And just have to say out of the gate what I always say. Yeah. Darcy tells me to do something, I do it without question. Like, I don't even think twice about it.
And has that served you well?
1,000%.
Well, you know what? Let's just stop right there.
Yeah.
Even just that little tidbit of putting Westchester, putting your location in your business name. Mm-hmm. What do you think that's done for you?
I think it, the whole SEO part. Like, right. People, when they're on Google and they search, they literally probably are searching Westchester Doula or Doula Near Me, Westchester County or something. I don't know where I am in that number, but I think I do come up pretty on the higher side.
Yeah, because those words are in your name. Mm-hmm. So right out of that's my top tip. Put your location. So and then we'll get into your other kind of side of your business in a little bit. But I want to just talk about you starting as a postpartum doula, and you did not graduate college and decide to become a postpartum doula.
Oh, no.
So before that, you were a private investigator, right? And what was it that made you, I mean, because that's a pretty big switch. You know, some people we're kindergarten teachers, and that, you can kind of see like what made you go from PI to postpartum doula?
Well, there was a little thing in between. So I was a private investigator for 25 years. Mm-hmm. And then the last 8 years prior to being a doula, I worked for a New York State Assemblywoman. Mm-hmm. And in that role, I was helping people. Like every day, people were calling our office, coming in, walk-ins with, you don't even want to go into like so many, like just issues, just problems. And I was like, putting out fires and helping them. But I really enjoyed it. Mm-hmm. And what really solidified that was during the pandemic, I can't tell you how many people were calling us because they were trying to get their unemployment, and that was a whole mess. And people were crying, like calling us crying, and I had to just sit there and listen. Like I didn't even try to even give them the answer because I didn't always have the answer. Mm-hmm. I just let them sit there and vent to me.
You held space for them.
Exactly. You
were doulaing them.
I was.
You didn't even know it.
I was. So I had that position for 8 years. And at one time, the Assemblywoman, which I knew this day was coming, she said, I'm retiring. Yeah. And so at that point, I was a little over 50. I was like 51 at the time. And I really just had to like take a pause and I sat myself down. And I said, what do you want to do now? Mm-hmm. I couldn't go back to investigation as much as I loved being an investigator because the amount of time I had been out, the technology had gone so far. And most likely if I started in a firm or whatever, like I wouldn't be VP of whatever. Right. And I was like, I'm not working for down. Yeah. So I really had to think about like, I have to reinvent myself some way. And like, what do I want to do? So the one thing I knew is I don't want to sit at a desk anymore and just stare at a computer screen all day. Like I just don't want to sit anymore. And then I was like, well, I enjoy helping people. I'm good at helping people. So I wanted to keep that in my life. And then what I described this as the only way I can is I kind of had like a little flashback, or what I say, like a download.
Yeah.
I don't know. And I had this flashback of when I had a postpartum doula.
Oh.
And my, you know, what I always, this my always line too is she rescued me. She rescued me.
Yeah.
And after I had that flashback, I was like, that's what I want to do. Like unequivocally, it wasn't even like a question.
Right. You're doing it.
And that was it.
And you did it.
And I am.
And here you are.
And here I am.
And so then one day I like floated across your Instagram screen.
So, which is so funny because I didn't even have Instagram before the COVID lockdown. Oh. I had just didn't, whatever, but what else were we doing? Yeah. So, so that was 2020. So I wasn't in the doula frame mind yet, but I was on Instagram hanging out.
Yeah.
And that's what I always say. You just like floated across my stories. And because at that point I was starting to research.
Yeah.
So the one thing I was using my investigative background to research how to be a doula.
Ah.
Right? Like, what do I do? Who
Yeah.
do I contact? How do I make this happen?
Yeah.
And so your
my marketing worked.
Your marketing worked. And you just like floated across my stories. And, obviously you were there like talking to me. That's how I felt. You were looking, you know how you do it. You look right in the camera and you were talking to me, and just like your approach and your vibe and your just everything about you. Yeah. I was like, oh, this is a girl.
So I have to pause right here and just like teachable moment.
Yeah.
Because I just showed up as me. I've always ever just shown up as me. And actually my coach, Amber Lillystrom, teaches that we're all basically trying to help a former version of ourselves. So, I mean, I think all of us as doulas, there's a little part of us, if we're moms, like we're helping that. What we're giving what we needed to receive when we were moms. When now, like this phase of doula Darcy, I'm like giving the former new postpartum doula version of myself like what she needed to grow. And so that's how I wrote, that's how I showed up online. And you and I you found me, but how many times do you and I joke about like that we're twins and like we're so similar? And like when it blows my mind, like we don't have to try so hard in our marketing. Just be yourself. Yeah. And then the right dream clients will find you, and it's amazing.
Yeah, it's true. And I think people have to just get out of their heads.
Yes. And
I think social media has given people this idea that they have to portray this like perfect version of themselves. Right. And my tagline that I love of yours, like she always says, post it ugly. Yeah. And it's true, because I don't always, like the pictures that I have of myself on social media, like they're not, I mean, I have a little lipstick on right now, but like I don't normally don't, you said I'm taking a picture, so I had to take a picture. But I mean, I don't, generally, if you look on my Instagram or my Facebook, even in my personal, I post pictures of myself in all ways. Yeah. I mean.
Authentic. Like you're just authentic.
Right. Because they're not hiring me because I have a perfect, that I look, she looks so put together. Like
and if anyone perfect is listening, just continue to be perfect.
Yeah, yes, exactly. Yeah, no shame against people that need to feel like they, absolutely. Yeah. But that's just not me. Yeah. Yeah.
Okay, so you found me, and what I remember, and this is another thing we joke about, is perimenopause, like brain fog. Like I'm not remembering a lot these days. I do remember our discovery call, or whatever you want to call it, because I knew just from talking to you, you weren't, I think maybe you completed your postpartum doula training, but you hadn't really taken, you were still working for the Assemblywoman, and you hadn't really taken the steps yet to start your business. But I was like, this lady's going to make it. I could just tell. I knew. Because you take action, and we'll get into that more. But I so vividly remember that call. Also, because actually, this is another reason why if it was 2020, I was really just starting doula Darcy.
It was 2021.
Okay. Yeah. So, I was kind of in it, but I remember a call and I was like, this is it. This is the former version of myself that I want to help. So it's so cool. So that was 3 years ago.
Yeah.
More than 3 years ago.
Yeah.
Like we've known each other now for 3 years.
Yeah.
And it's just amazing. So I also remember I was like, well, I'm launching this Postpartum Doula Academy in February, I think. And you were like, I'll wait. That's fine. I'll wait. I got to get my stuff together.
Sign me up.
Sign me up. Yeah. It was
because, here is a person who is like, hey, you want to be a doula? I'm going to show you how to do it.
Yeah.
What else do you want but that?
Yeah.
Do you know?
Right.
I mean, like, and also I will say the only difference becoming a doula is that's very different from any other job. It's like any of my other prior jobs, like someone was there training me. Like my first day to work, I came there, I shadowed somebody or someone was training me how to do it. This is, you take your training, but then you're on your own. You got to figure it out on your own. So here you are, like guiding me, saying, I'm going to show you how to do it.
Right.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
That was it.
My pleasure.
Yeah. So that was like September.
Yeah.
And I remember it too because our birthdays
are
one day
apart.
I don't want to say it, but like we're one day, difference. And that was September. So we both had just had,
that's right.
It was like early September. We both had just had our birthdays. Yeah. Because I was like, I don't know how it even came up.
Right, I don't either.
I think I might have said like, oh, I just had a birthday. And you're like, oh, my birthday was, and I'm like,
oh my God.
So so it was September.
Again, why we say we're twins. Like.
So that was September. And you were like, the academy's in February.
Yeah.
And I was like, okay, I'll wait.
All right.
Because I had my assembly job literally December 31st.
Oh,
2021.
Yes, it was all perfect timing.
100%. Amen.
And another cool side note, you reminded me of this at the birth worker retreat. You were like, hey, Darcy, 3 of the 4 doulas from that cohort of the academy were here at the birth worker retreat. So we took a great picture. It
was so amazing, especially for me because we were in that little cohort plus Emily.
Yeah.
And so to be in the same room, all of us together.
That was so special. And I'm so glad you pointed that out because in my perimenopause brain, I can't remember who was with who.
I know.
So that was a really sweet moment.
Yeah.
I just loved it.
Yeah.
So, and then you launched your business.
Yep.
And then I started getting the messages from you like, I'm so busy. I'm too busy. What do I do? I'm so busy.
Yeah.
So we joke about this all the time. You always say you just do what I tell you to do.
I do.
And I always say, well, I wish more people would just do what I tell them to do because it works. It worked.
It does.
And I actually corrected you a few times over this retreat because you were like, I'm a newer doula. I've only been doing this 2 years. But you're also very busy and you're busier than some of the other doulas in your area that have been doing it longer.
Kind of.
Yeah. I mean, no shame, but I'm just going to say it's because you listened to what I told you to do.
No,
it's because you have good marketing. And a good solid foundation for your doula business.
Yeah. And I think also, again, I saw you as like, she has the equation. Mm-hmm. Like you had it all. Like you basically,
I gave you the roadmap.
Exactly. I was just going to say like, you have it here in your hands and you're giving it to us.
Yeah.
As a course.
Right.
But I mean, you know what I mean? Like you're just like, here. This is what you do.
Right.
I mean, why question it?
Yeah.
And not only that, but I will say, I think though there has to be, some little part of like psychology that comes into that because
absolutely
people, the imposter syndrome.
Right.
And I mean, believe me, I had it too.
Yeah.
Because my first client was like, oh, whoa. Because
it's scary. Yeah.
Oh my God. I mean, it was my very first client ever. She just had a home birth. It was her 3rd child. So she was like chill, but still.
Yeah.
and so the first thing I was like, I don't know, can I do your dishes? Can I do your laundry? Whatever. She's like, here, go take my sheets off. And like, there was like blood all over the sheets. I was like, oh, okay, yeah. Okay.
Trial by fire.
Oh yeah. But anyway.
Yeah.
I mean, you have to, I don't know.
You have to take action.
Yeah, you have to just like push yourself.
Yes.
Beyond your like be scared, but still do it.
Right.
Like it's okay to feel
Be scared.
nervous or unsure or insecure, or they're going to know that I'm not experienced or whatever. But just push yourself anyway, because why are you doing it in the first place?
Right. Exactly. That's how I pushed through it. I knew deep down in my core, it wasn't that I wanted to be a postpartum doula. I had to do it. And then I knew I would have these little pep talks with myself, like, all right, Darcy, if you want to do this as your job, like you have to go to that networking night. You have to go meet this chiropractor. You have to show your face online.
If I may say, like, those little things went beyond the academy. You know what I mean? Like, you told us how to set up our business, how to do, you gave us so much of a roadmap. But then when I continued to stay in touch with you and join the village and, do all those other things, you just gave me so many ideas of how to market myself that I would have never thought of on my own.
Right.
So, like, networking, I know, like, business people in business network, but I never would have thought to network with people that were not other doulas, like all the other people in the birth practitioner world.
Right.
And that's been huge for me.
Yeah.
To know all these other people in my area that are chiropractors, acupuncturists, psychiatrists,
like all the other people in your town that are also dealing with pregnant and postpartum
100%.
families.
100%.
Yeah, it's a gold mine. Way more effective than like OBs or pediatricians, because they're just too busy to...
and honestly, and I have a great relationship with my OB. As a matter of fact, the last 2 annual exams. I've been talking to her about this, and she's older than me. And do you know what she said to me?
What?
She's like, I keep telling her every year, I'm like, please don't retire, please don't retire. But she's like, maybe in another couple of years I'm thinking about it. And she's like, I might want to become a doula.
Oh yeah.
Ooh. So, and I was like,
do it.
Who's better than you? I mean, like, she's an amazing person. And I'm like, when you're ready, I'm like, you call me.
Yeah.
Or call Darcy.
Yeah.
But anyway, they're just too busy. And also,
can you imagine if... So Jen keeps saying, like, I don't want an agency. And like, I'm like, well, maybe you just start a little... Can you imagine if your OB would eventually, like, was working for your agency?
Oh my God.
Like, what a...
Oh my God.
Wild thing that would be.
That would be amazing. I should do that. I'll put you to work.
Yeah.
Call me.
I'll give you a job.
Yeah, I'll give you a job. Can you imagine? Oh my God.
That'd be so fun.
Yeah.
Anyway.
Yeah.
Oh boy. All right. So you got busy. You are running this successful doula business. Like, have you been a doula for 2 years? Is this going to be 3?
I guess if you want to consider when I did my certification, August will be 3 years. Yeah.
Wow. So, I mean, that's like a fast track too, I think. Most doulas take a little bit longer than that, which is awesome for you.
Well, I think also, as we've said, being of an age where I don't really worry about, like, if people like me or not. I mean...
Did you ever, though?
No, I will say that's definitely not my personality. Is more like open and out there. But I'm just saying, like, I think a little bit on the older side, like, but it has pushed me more. Yeah. Like, I have to make this happen. I have to make this work. Do it now. I've had 2 kids in college. Yeah. Right. It's like, so it wasn't like, oh, this is my little new thing I'm doing. Like, no, like I have, expenses coming up. Yeah. So that really motivated me and pushed me to like keep doing all the things you said to do.
Yeah. That's amazing. Yeah. And so you have been in my doula village, and that, which is my monthly membership program, that has been a huge help to you, right?
Oh my goodness.
Can you tell us why you love my doula village?
Well, first of all, just the fact that you have these office hours for whenever we can log on and just, I was not gonna say shoot, but just throw out whatever's going on, either like venting, like about a client, or question about like what do I do about this contract issue, or whatever, and to have you mentor us, and then have the other doulas like mentor each other. I mean, I'm very much into feeling like a sisterhood.
Yes.
And that to me feels like a sisterhood in there. It really does.
Have you heard me say that you come for the marketing tips, you stay for the sisterhood?
Oh, yes. Yes. Okay. And I didn't remember that, though. I just said that. But to me, that's everything, especially being an only child.
Yeah.
But it is. And I feel also comfortable, COVID also taught this, and you can develop relationships online.
Yes.
And so I feel like even when the office hours aren't necessarily going on, I can message you, or I can message one of the other women and say, hey, like, what do I do with this? Yeah. Have you ever experienced this? There's nothing like that, again, because most of us are solo entrepreneurs.
Right.
And we're all alone.
Yeah.
And so, like, you need somebody to, like, bounce ideas off. And then the second part is that you bring on all these guest speakers and teach us how to whatever. Like, I didn't know who Jane was until you brought her.
Oh, yeah. Jane Havens, Center for Pediatric Sleep Management.
Yeah. And I haven't even taken her course or anything like that, but just the way she described how she built her business also gave me ideas of like what to do and how to get myself out there. And, I'm just going to say it. I always say it, like, everything you do is invaluable.
Oh, man. Thank you.
No, everything.
I love it. So thank you.
I'm biased, but I don't care.
You're a smart lady, though. Joking aside, what you were saying about making friends and connections online, I was thinking this morning, so we're here on the tail end of the Birth Worker Retreat in Clearwater, Florida. We just had 3 absolutely magical days of connecting with doulas, sleep consultants, IBCLCs from all over the country. I got a little teary this morning, and I was like, these are, every single one of them I met on the internet. And they're like, they're my clients, Jody and Caitlin that I put the retreat on with, Jane, like, they're my colleagues, but you're all like my best friends. Like, I'd rather hang out with you all than anyone else. And I met you on them on the internet. Like, it's kind of funny.
Like I said, you just scroll through it. Well, it is true. Like, you definitely can develop relationships online, but there's nothing like, I watch you every day because you're my like favorite. I put you as my favorite. So you come up first.
Oh, nice.
Like, on everything. So I see you every day. But to just be able to, like, you're here with me now. Like, I'm looking at you.
Right.
Like, I've hugged you.
Yeah,
like,
right.
We went out to dinner. Like, there's nothing like to be able to be in person.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Which was my next question. Like that, and through all this, you joined my doula village and you came on the Birth Worker Retreat. And this is cool because you came last year and then you've come again this year. Talk about like what it was like last year.
Oh my God. Well, actually, Christine said it. She said, last year we thought about what was available.
What was possible.
And this year we see what is doable. Wow.
Yeah.
That was like, so like last year, you want to say something?
I was just going to say, like, I think, you were mentioning like My Doula Village and our Facebook group and our office hours, we're virtually connecting, and it's incredibly valuable to do that and just see what other doulas are doing and how they're running their businesses, how they're marketing and how they're dealing with clients. There's so much to that. And then, but to put yourself in a room like this and do the same thing is just like next level. And
the whole reason why I came last year is because you said months before, because I don't even think you were referring to the retreat.
Oh.
You were talking about like maybe connecting with people. Yeah. I don't even remember what you're talking about, but you said put yourself in the room with people that can help you grow your business. So I don't know if you remember, but that's what I posted last year about being here is like, I put myself in that room.
Yeah.
Like, and I, to be in that room with you and Jody and Caitlin and all the other people, right. I felt so like lucky.
Yeah.
Like honestly lucky to have been here. And
key differentiating point because I see so many doulas, we post all the pictures and people are like, oh, that must be nice. That'd be, someday, Like, yes, you're lucky that you were in that room, but you put yourself in that room.
Yes, I did.
And so did everyone. And I even said that on the first day. I was like, welcome, like pat yourself on the back. Like it takes a lot to leave your kids and whatever, your pets and your business, your clients. You know, you make a conscious choice to do the, you know, what needs to happen for you to get on a plane, pack the bags and do it. But then the payoff is...
It's immeasurable.
Yeah.
I mean, so I was going to say, like, I left here last year feeling like, yeah, like anything is possible.
Mm-hmm.
I just left here like, oh my God, like this is my life. Like I am now, if I haven't said it already, you know, so last year I was 53. Mm-hmm. I'm now 54.
Yeah.
But I was like, okay, like I can make this my life for the next 20 years.
Yeah.
Like I have a road. Yeah. I have a roadmap. I can do this. I can build this business. Mm-hmm. I can create an income mm-hmm. that will pay my bills and get me to do all the other pleasurable things in my life. And make my husband proud of me, because he really is.
Yeah.
And
we talked about this morning, and take good care of yourself. Have the time to take good care of yourself. Mm-hmm. And then this is a big one for me, you know, as doulas are getting older, like why just retire and take all your knowledge with you? Like this mm-hmm. is going to give you a way to make, and you know what you were saying, like you don't really in the future want to be doing 5 days a week, overnights or all, what days, whatever. Yeah. But like having one client, like, so it's not the physical toll mm-hmm. on your body.
Right.
You're still doing the work you love.
Yep.
But still, you know, with your passive income, your digital course, which is going to be my next question. You know, you're making the money you need to make.
Right.
And
still doing something we love to do.
Right.
But not having that pressure and stress of like, I have to have 5 days a week. I have to work overnights. I have mm-hmm. to do. The have to is gone.
Yeah.
And that's can't
huge.
Put a price.
No.
You cannot put a price on that. Mm-hmm. And you know, I people say like, oh, you know, you're in midlife. I mean, I am. So like, but like and that's another thing I have to say, like, you know, I have a personal intention now of like, I want to make the most of it. Mm-hmm. I want to make the best life possible for me, my husband, my kids, but mostly me. Because I will say, you know, including being a doula, but even before, like, I've worked really hard. Yeah. I always have been I've always had a good work ethic. Mm-hmm. And I've worked really hard these last 2.5 years to feel like good about what I've been doing. Yeah. And I still want to like always feel like I'm providing and being productive.
Yeah.
Being productive.
Yeah. But contributing.
But that doesn't mean that I have to like work
yourself
as hard.
Right.
When I'm 60, I still would love to be serving clients, but maybe not as much for as many hours as when I'm 50. Right. That's all.
Yeah. Yeah. What a gift that this is going to be. So since the birth worker retreat last year, you've done a lot, and actually it was, let's tell this moment. We had a moment on the beach. We were doing a strategy session at the beach, and you told me your idea for a course, and you've been working on it, building it. And so tell us about the Private Eye Doula and and another way you and I are similar. You pointed out to me. I'm using my marketing background and my past doula background to help doulas. You tell us how you're combining your past lives.
So my past life.
Well,
I believe in it.
Okay.
Anyway, I do. Anyway, yeah. So again, you know, I would have never thought about like passive income. I've never heard of that terminology. Yeah. So you opened my mind to that, mm-hmm. you know, what's possible. And so I just started thinking about, you know, how can I offer something that is a passive income? Mm-hmm. What am I good at? What am I expert in? And you know, you're my model. Mm-hmm. So I was like, you use your background to create this whole structure in life. I was like, well, how can I use my background? Yeah. And what started developing was a lot of times if I was with a client for like a full 3 months mm-hmm. and they were going back to work, their next step was their baby was going to either be cared for by a nanny or a daycare. Mm-hmm. And one of my clients, she was really nervous about she was definitely going the daycare route mm-hmm. and she was really nervous about it. And I was helping her even like find the local daycares. Yeah. But, you know, she had like 4 or 5 that she had contacted. And I said, well, we got to look them up and see if there's anything like negative about them on the New York State Office of Child and Family Services. And she's like, what? And I was like, yeah, you got to check these places out. You know, like, I mean, everyone goes for a tour of a daycare.
Right, yeah,
but you got to see, like, you know,
complaints,
what's happened to them.
Most people don't know that they can do that.
Right. And they don't have, they don't have the wherewithal. They don't even think that way.
Yeah.
And then the other thing was I was seeing in all these Facebook mom groups and parent groups, everyone and their mother is looking for a nanny.
Right.
You know, or recommendations for daycare too.
Yeah.
And so I got that you know, the light bulb moment. And I was like, this is what I need to create.
Yeah.
Because these people have no clue you know, what's going on. And, you know, every once in a while you'll hear a story on the news about, unfortunately, a nanny mistreating a child, a daycare, you know, same thing, you know, or a daycare was shut down because they weren't maintaining sanitation or sanitary, you know, protocol, whatever. And so these are important things.
Oh, yeah.
And the whole part about people getting background checks on, you know, when they hire people. Well, when you leave your kid with a nanny, like, oh, you're hiring that person and you're putting your most precious commodity in your life in the hands of a singular or multiple people. Yeah. And you have to know what that looks like and what that, you know.
Yeah, what their background is.
Yep.
Yeah. So you're combining your background as a private investigator and a doula to help parents learn how to do these background checks.
Right. And how to collect the information that will put them in a better frame of mind to make the right decisions. Amazing. Because if you don't have the information, then how will you... Okay. If you don't have that information, you cannot make an informed decision.
Right.
Beyond just going for a tour or
what your friends tell you about.
Exactly.
So
Exactly.
I love that so much. So everybody needs to go find Jen on Instagram. Is it the Private Eye Doula?
The Private Eye Doula.
Yeah.
The Doula Darcy. The Private Eye Doula.
Love it.
Yeah.
So, and then your course will be coming out, you know, in the next few weeks or months or whatever, and it's going to help. I'm so excited. It's going to help so many parents. It's going to help keep so many kids safe, and it's going to change your life in so many ways. And I can't wait to be back here in Clearwater next year, 2026, for the birth worker retreat and hear all about it. I'll hear all about it. We're like DMing each other every day at this point. So I'll hear about it along the way, but it's going to be, it's neat to have this birth worker retreat as kind of like a point to measure growth.
100%.
And see.
It kind of reminds me of, you know, so because being a doula is my third career, you know, I was calling it, this is Jen 3.0.
Yes.
Right?
Yes.
So I feel like this next business venture is my Jen 3.5.
Yeah.
And so, you know, next year I'll figure out what Jen 4.0 is and on and
Who
on
knows?
and on.
You never know.
Yeah.
So I just love it so much. It's been such a joy to watch your growth from just a little baby postpartum doula, pre-baby doula, like
pre-me,
you know, yeah. And to here we are. I mean, 2 years later, 2.5, 3 years later, it's just amazing and super special. So thank you for coming on my podcast.
My pleasure.
Thank you for being in my doula village. Like, you're such a joy and light in there, and everybody loves you. And so stick around. Stick with me, kid.
Amen. And I say this to you every time I see you, either in person or online or whatever. Like, literally, what you're giving us is just, there's no words. Yeah. There isn't. I'm going to get clipped.
Well, thank you so much. I love it. It means so much to me. It is my utmost joy and pleasure. So it's so much fun. So we're going to go see if the dolphins are still out on the deck.
The sun is out a little bit.
Yeah, the sun is out. So we're going to cut this short and go follow the Private Eye Doula on Instagram. Check out the Birth Worker Retreat, My Doula Village. I'll put all the links in the notes, but...
May I say one last thing?
Absolutely.
If you're thinking about either being a doula, joining Darcy's courses, you know, coming on the retreat, I'm just telling you, there should be no second guessing. And honestly, like, what I have, let's say, decided to participate, I've gotten back tenfold. So like you have to put in, you get out what you put into it.
Absolutely.
And so like, you just have to, Nike, just do it.
Yeah.
Just do it.
Just do it.
Just do it. That's it.
On that note.
Yep.
Thank you. Thank you for tuning in to the Doula Darcy podcast. I hope you found this episode valuable, and I'd love for you to join me on the next one. Let's keep the conversation going. Shoot me a DM on Instagram at the Doula Darcy, or join my free Facebook community, the Doula Marketing Group, where we dive deeper into growing your doula business. If you enjoyed the episode, please take a moment to rate and review the podcast on your favorite platform. Your feedback will help more doulas discover the show, which in turn helps more families find the doula support that they need. And I believe that that is how we save the world.